Okay. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, how have you guys been?
In terms of what?
No, I'm asking how you.
Oh, we've been great. Been busy women, business women.
I've been good. I've been good.
How is it 2020 been? Ben.
No.
Not necessarily. Yeah, I mean, there's trials and tribulations.
Yeah.
But we've been great together.
Mm.
We've dealt with them.
Our relationship has grown.
Very much from what the trials and tribulations were just
trying
to teach us, if they were teaching us anything, really.
Teaching you that life is important. One can die.
You know what? I feel like...
Yeah.
Wait, you're like, yo, I wonder if she has corona or whatnot.
Do you know what it has taught me?
Yeah.
It taught me that we can rely on each other. Prior lockdown, unemployment, lockdown, us being two different places,
Staying together for a couple of months. And then having to
separate
again
after,
because of
not break up, but move to different cities.
Yes,
cities
for different reasons.
Yeah. It has taught me that our love is strong, because all of those hurdles, ups and downs, those we can call ups and downs.
Yeah.
We've grown stronger and closer instead of apart and weaker, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, the purpose of this interview was to just document your coming out stories for the LGBTQ month, the Pride Month, and to get your journeys and your journeys to self-discovery. So, okay, hopefully your story can help out a lot of people.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna start with, can we get both of your names and your name, surname, and age?
I'm Tlhapi Amo, 23.
I am Amo Maluleke. My age is an issue.
Guys. Don't you think the chairs should be even?
I want to say I'm 24, but she won't let me. Because I haven't turned 24 yet. It's in December.
You're 23. You're still 23, my love.
Sorry for putting you on the spot like that. I know women are sensitive about the age.
Okay, I'm 23, but I'm still older than you.
Okay. So could you please... Okay, let's start with... Oh yeah, could you please describe your sexualities and identities? What do you identify as?
The real reason I've never wanted to identify with any of the identities, it is because the representation that I grew up being exposed to was not attractive to me. Looking at two lesbian women, for me, it was not attractive. I never came across people who looked like me, or people who I thought would look like me in the future, something like that. So I don't want to categorize or classify myself as this or that. I am just a human being who is lucky enough to love women. This is all the women I love. Thanks. Yeah, that's just that, man. And my family, they look at me, they think I'm lesbian. And my mom always, they know my sexuality, but they don't know it like that. You know what I mean? So it would be a matter of, you're gay. I'm just like, no. Because I don't identify as that. Yes, if you ask me, do you love women? Then I'd say 100%. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's that.
for the longest time, ever since I could remember, I've always loved women and boys. So I identified as bisexual. I just, to those who I felt comfortable coming out to, I always said I'm bisexual. But the older I grow, I'm just like, I don't want a label attached to. I don't want, because my thing is, heterosexual people, they never have to say, oh, I'm coming out, hi, I'm straight. You know, so why should I have a label? Why should I say I'm pansexual or bisexual or whatever? I'm a sexual being and a human being.
That's all there is.
That's all there is to it. Who I choose as a life partner or a sexual partner or whatever companion is really my choice and none of anybody's business.
I feel you. Okay. Cool. Okay. Tell us about the first time you guys came out.
Do you know the thing? It's a chatting thing app called To Go.
Yeah.
Yeah, bruh.
Oh snap!
Yeah, bruh.
You're taking us back.
Bruh, I wasn't grade bunny. I was still in primary, bruh. I mean, I first kissed a girl when I was in preschool. Yeah, as young as I was just like, I'm kissing her, and that's what I want. But then I downloaded To Go when I was in primary, bruh. It excited me the most based on the fact that there was the queer group. Like, you didn't have to deal with the heterosexuals. You just go into that group and everybody who's queer is just like, hi, my name is, can we talk private? I'm just like, you know, it was really dope. So it was that space where when somebody would DM me directly, they'd be like, hey, where do you stay? And I'm just like, you know, as young as I was, I know it's crazy, but it was easy for me to express myself, express my sexuality on that app.
Don't let your kids have a phone in primary school.
So yeah, for me that was the first time I felt at home with actually talking about my sexuality. And yeah, and the live coming out, it was with yeah, it was in high school, and yeah, can I just cut it there?
Describe it.
It was intense. It was intense in the sense that it was an emotional experience for me from the time I had to be accepting of myself, because as much as I knew that I was queer, I was also very homophobic towards myself. You know what I mean? It's like praying every day that, oh God, please make me straight. Give me the most amazing men who will love me and I will love him more. You know what I mean? As much as I was going through all that, but then it came to a point where in high school where I was just like, fuck it up. I don't care. But I don't care in a sense that I will date whoever I'm gonna date, but I'm not gonna tell people that I'm dating whoever I'm gonna date. You know what I mean? So yeah. But I don't remember ever coming to any person and saying, hey, I like you because I'm straight. No, I'm not even straight. You know what I mean? You get what I'm trying to say? Yeah.
I don't get what you're trying to say.
I'm trying to say that I've never literally had a person where I got to them and I was like,
come out.
Yeah, and be like, I'm lesbian or I'm bisexual or you know. I've never had that experience. For me, it's just moments where I felt my sexuality being enhanced and like I being true to myself. Like it's just me coming out to myself. Yeah.
Okay, sure, cool.
With me, growing up, it was always a very natural thing for me to be with girls. You know, kiss them, be a bit naughty with them. from as early as grade 3. I remember specifically grade 3, there was this girl.
I'm listening. When saying this again. I'm joking.
And at that age, I honestly thought everybody's like that. I thought, all my peer groups are doing the same thing, but then they're afraid to say it. The same way that I'm afraid to say I'm kissing other girls and whatnot.
You're attracted to girls.
Yes, I thought, hey, I'm not gonna tell anybody. I might get in trouble. I think they're also doing the same thing, but they don't want to tell anybody because they also don't want to get in trouble. And I grew up grade 4. Hey, there were girls everywhere, and came middle school, and now the coming out sort of was on the table, and when it had to be spread out, the forks and the table has to be set now. I denied myself. I was like, nah, I ain't a lesbian. I'm not bisexual. I'm not queer in any way, shape, or form, because the girl that I was dating at the time broke up with me because of what people were starting to say about us. So identifying as queer was now something that was dangerous for me and for my reputation. I mean, I was a star student. I was the RCL.
Yeah,
all
the president.
this, all these things, and you just like, you don't want to be associated with
bad
it.
things.
Yes, because that's what your community looks down upon, frowns upon.
That's how they perceive it.
Yeah, and you don't want to be that child that's going to be known in your entire village or entire community as, this child is doing these things, this is sodomy, this is evil, and all those.
Or they come around and say, yeah, it's true, you can't be perfect. You know what I mean? Because you're intelligent, you're doing everything on point,
And
but you're
trust
dating
me.
people.
Cool.
One, two, yeah.
Sure.
It's time for the job. Okay, sorry.
Okay, you can continue.
Ever since that incident, I was just like, abandoned ship. And then grew up, became religious, super religious. Religion is just like, no. So I was just like, okay, no. But having met her, and really, if I'm honest, having fallen for her the first day I saw her, pushed me. Not even pushed me, like I came to a point where I was just like, fuck religion, fuck what anybody thinks.
I'm still a spiritual person though.
Yeah, of course, very much. Love you, God. Love you, Medlozi. Love everybody. But I'm just gonna be my true, authentic self. Whether you reject me or you accept me, that's really your business. I accept me. I'm done rejecting myself, and I'm finding that I actually now have to come out to a lot of people unnecessarily. When you're like, hey, so where's your person? Yeah, this is, she's this, and they're like, wait, did you just say she? And you're like, yeah. They're like, wait, what? Are you a lesbian? I'm like, no, but my person is a woman. Every single time that conversation comes up, so I'm involuntarily having to come out, I guess, whenever I have to talk about my partner, because seemingly from how I look, I should be dating a man.
Yeah, you look straight.
Straight is not alone. Straight
but
is
you
not
know how
alone.
society is.
Yeah,
though.
I know.
They look at me and they think I'm lesbian. What the fuck? I'm not.
Okay, so like,
less competition. Thanks for me.
so you guys are talking about like how people would like judge you and say, you're not completely perfect or whatnot. So how do you deal with like the pressures of like society?
I don't give a.
That's all Tsulu said, that's all.
I don't. Honestly, I don't. I may not tell you my business, but whatever you find out, it's on you, bro. Whatever you do with it, it's on you, bro. Because I don't give a damn. I'm okay where I'm at. I'm in my lane. Yeah, it's smooth sailing. So any pressure, I'm just like, what pressure? I've gotten to a point where even if I came across maybe a job that maybe was interrogating me about my sexuality, I wouldn't settle for something that I would like. I wouldn't be comfortable in a space where I already know that they don't accept queer people. So it would be easy for me to walk away because why am I there? Because I'm not gonna put in myself in my work. I'm just gonna be there trading myself, and I don't want to do that. So I don't give a damn.
I second that, but also I'm struggling. Family has expectations. Society, like I said, from just looking at you, they're already expecting a man to walk out with you. Just yesterday, we were at ShopRite. This guy's like, to me, he's like, I want to go home with the both of you, but especially you. I found that to be completely disrespectful. It's a disregard of what you already can see happening between us, because it's clear that we're a couple. And
because she's touchy, she kisses me everywhere. She doesn't care.
She's my woman, thanks. But that being a sign of one, this person doesn't respect what he sees clearly in front of his eyes, not acknowledging us, not respecting us, and especially not respecting her. My family, they've seen her, met her, not all of them. And, they still talk of, hey, we want to see Mkwenyana, hey, what's the child? You just like, give me a break, give me, stop. And sometimes it will get to me and I'm just like, can you just accept me as I am? So that I don't have to constantly explain myself. And on some days I'm just like, really, deuces. Thanks. Live yours, I'm living mine.
Okay, cool. So, on that note, you were talking about your family. How's it been with your family? Your coming out experience?
Oh, my family is lovely, really. Oh, they're amazing. She's even best friends with my sister. This one. Yeah, it's been dope.
Your family seems really accepting and loving and just
warm, yeah. Literally there was a point I was doing some pranks at where my dad works. And literally everybody, they could see that, you know what, my dad is just my dad. Like every morning he sees me, they notice how I dress, and they can't even ask because he knows. I woke up with him in the morning, I took a bath and I dressed up. He's the one who even gave me the money to buy the clothes, you know what I mean? So they didn't even get to a point where they interrogate him and say, and then your child. They could already see that actually he's great. He's just like, that's my child, get the fuck out of here. Yeah.
Cool.
My family, I'm not sure where my grandmother is. So she's best friends with my grandmother. And I'm not 100% sure if she knows or doesn't know. So I'm not sure, I'm not sure, I can't put my money on my
Grandma.
Yeah, I don't know if she's on board or she's not. But whenever they're talking on the phone, she's always like to her, go and visit Amo, make sure she doesn't sleep alone. So I'm just like, is this for safety reasons? Or you know, like what's happening, because she's seen how we are around each other. She's picked up, she's commented, but I haven't officially said to her, "Hey, I'm dating this person," or "Hey, I'm here."
My favorite part about our grandmother is that when I visit, like usually, like the first time I came there, of course, introductions, hi, sure. But like I think the third if not fourth visit, that's when it clicked to her. So Jiggy she'd just literally leave the dining room early to go sleep, and she never does that. I'm just like, why?
Just give her this privacy.
It's like because for me, I'm saying why because that's how my mom is with. Like if my sister were to come with her spouse, literally she would give them privacy. Like it's her own house.
Like that too.
It's her own house, but she literally eat and then leave them in the dining room. She's like, dude, it's still 7. She's like, nah, I don't wanna let them be together. You know what I mean? That time there's the rest of the family, but she wouldn't wanna be.
I remember New Year's Eve. Oh,
That was
she literally just basically let us have the house. Anyway, as for my dad,
I feel like things happen that night, but okay.
yes, because of me.
and her dad is also my favorite. Listen to the story. Listen to the story.
She'll tell the story of how they met, right? But in terms of my coming out, after he met her, he was suspicious that we dated. And then I was like, I didn't deny or confirm. I was like, Dad, just leave it alone. Just leave it alone, you know. But then I went to see him probably a month or so back. And then he was like, hey, you're wearing a ring. What's happening? I was like, leave me alone. And he was like, I want to meet that guy in your life. Hey, he must marry you. And I was like to him, who said it's a guy? He was like, oh girl, whatever that it is, as long as you happy. I was just like, my man, I think we're safe here. So with him, I don't have to come out either. But I sort of came out to him when I was probably like 16, 17. I was like to him, Dad, what would you say if I said to you, I like women and I brought a woman and I said, this is my partner? He was like, I'd be accepting of that because you ain't gonna get pregnant. That was his reasoning then. But as for now, he was like, it's cool, it's whatever. So that means I don't have to come out. As for the rest of my family, they'll find out when we get married. Just be like, yeah, so.
This is what's up. It's a woman.
Nah, they'll see her the day she comes.
Yeah.
They'll see her on that day. I'm not gonna say, hey, it's a woman, 1, 2, 3, 4. They'll be like, oh, Labora negotiation is fantastic. Siya chatisa. Boom. My baby walks in.
Yeah.
Gorgeous as she is. And that's it.
It's gonna be an awkward week.
Whoever gets a heart attack, that's their business.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Do you guys take part in any LGBTQ activities?
Yeah, we do, but I mean, lockdown 2020, we haven't done much. The most recent thing I did was a conference. The Feathers of, the by Tlhapi Dish Foundation. Yeah, there was a conference for like 3 days, and got to attend it. And,
She was interpreting it. She was an interpreter at the event.
I mean, not really
Sign language You are so modest. She's I don't want to cry. She's amazing.
Oh, guys, come down.
Say.
Yeah, calm down, baby. Do you want water?
Champagne? Ooh.
Yeah, so that is the most recent thing we're supposed to go to Pride today.
She learned a lot. I learned a lot from her attending that event.
Yeah.
That was really amazing.
So now we're gonna attend after parties. Pride after parties.
Because we take pride in who we are.
Yeah.
Get it?
I get it. Ah. And last week I went to the opening of the Agate Gallery same-sex Saturday. Oh, it's fine.
Which I missed out on, and I'm still very heartbroken about, but it's okay.
Next time. And there's one in Durban today. Same-sex Saturday, but of course life is holding us by our throats if we weren't joking.
As she said, we do everything together. Well, not everything, but
Yeah.
So I only missed the Agate Gallery opening same-sex Saturday thing because
Personal reasons.
yeah, family something, and the LGBTQI event that she was interpreting at the conference. I was at work during those days because it was during the week. How inconvenient, but
We'll do more.
yeah.
Definitely. Probably even be activists, start a foundation, bring about queer
I
people
want t-shirts.
who are marginalized in ways that I find passionate about.
So do you feel like you have a responsibility? Oh wait. Okay, guys.
Sorry.
Do you feel like you guys have a responsibility in like taking part in these events?
I do. Like I said, maybe I might start a foundation for marginalized people because I find a lot of young people, younger than me, who are starting, like, I'm in a space where I feel like young people younger than me are starting to accept themselves or starting to explore their identity based on the fact that they see somebody who looks like them. It's not like a foreign thing. It's not like if they were to come out to, like, it's like, growing up, at any school that I went to, you couldn't be gay. Like, so as time goes on and being where I'm at now, girls are actually coming around and talking about how much they love women and they're comfortable, they're confident, they even come to me and be like, yo man, Konje, what is, and they're like, they make me blush because that's what I want. Like, I want people to accept themselves because more than anything, people hate being queer not because other people are trash, but because they've been trash to themselves. You know what I mean? So the more you hate yourself, the more a lot of shit is not just gonna come together. So self-love, that's my drive. And yeah. Sorry, got something. Yeah, so I have a huge responsibility, a big responsibility because I'm also targeting, not necessarily targeting, but my responsibility is for deaf, queer kids. That's it.
Side note, she's my hero. I mean, come. It's true, and I don't want to get emotional about it. Do I feel that I owe a huge responsibility to the community? I am very much a part of the community, and I am very much proud to be a part of the community. As to any activism, I don't know. Maybe in the future. I feel like I'm the person who needs a person like her to hold my hand and always, say, you know what, people are homophobic. I'm sorry, babe. I still need that. I'm not yet ready to hold a placard and say, down with homophobia. I need a box of tissues and chocolates. I'm sorry you experienced that. I'm sorry, baby. Yeah, people are shitty out there. I'm not ready to be an activist. an activist. I'm the one who is protecting for now. So maybe in the future, I'm open enough to say, or honest enough to say, I'm in a vulnerable space. For now, I ain't sure, baby. Yep.
Okay, how do you guys practice self-love?
Self-love.
The deep one. It's a deep one.
You can answer.
I practice self-love by choosing to be who I want to be every day, in every decision. By eating what I want to eat, not what the next person would expect me to eat. By wearing what I want to wear, not what I'm expected to wear. And I'm sorry to bring this up here. Yesterday you said no lashes,
Oh, yeah, sure.
no heavy makeup.
Do you have lashes on?
I do.
Oh,
I do.
Almost missed them.
I felt that was an oppression of my own self-expression and my own act of self-love. That's how deep it was. And that's why today I made the decision to do what I want. Look how I want to look. Be as comfortable as I can be in my own skin, despite what anybody else could have said. Even if the next person could look at me and say, "Ooh, that's too much makeup. Ooh, that skirt doesn't suit her. Ooh, she's gained weight. Ooh," it doesn't matter to me. I stay true to myself. That's how I show myself love. By being my true, authentic, by choosing, because it's a choice and a difficult one, but by choosing to be me, whatever the cost. Every day.
I sleep, I eat,
I
I
would say.
sing.
Yeah?
I'm practicing my self-love. I sing, I pray, I introspect a lot. I'm a very introspective person. And with me introspecting all the time, I constantly learn things about myself and not necessarily unlearn things, maybe some toxic traits. But I find my alone time, my music time, my praying time, my put on a facial mask, do your nails, wear a nice t-shirt, a way of me practicing self-love. Yeah.
She motivates me to practice self-love. She's a big self-lover. If I can put that. And she puts me on that bandwagon a lot, and I appreciate her for that.
You guys are both like supporting each other, which is really dope.
Yeah.
It's okay. So like, lastly, what positive message can you give someone to someone going through what you're going through?
What are we going through?
Like, okay, not going through.
I'm just like, are we depressed?
No. Going through what you've gone through, like your process.
The process of what? Being openly queer.
Just like self-discovery. Because, okay, you guys have it good, but like some people were really confused about it, you know? Some people go through dark emotions.
I'm big on spirituality. I personally feel like there's nothing prayer cannot solve. We may not see it with our eyes and whatnot, but prayer does more than just change our circumstances. It changes even how you think about yourself and others, and how the next move you have to take, because you didn't even think of that. It helps. It for me. It balances my emotions. It balances my mental state. So I would only advise the person to find what works for them. For me, prayer works for me. Find that thing that works for you to like, yay, yay, yay. You're all that you've got, and with that, you need to be selfish about who you are. And with prayer, I'm selfish to the core as well, because I want what's great for myself and for the people I have. I want to be on a great path, So hence for me. How much was this light in there?
2.5.
Okay. Yeah, and that's why for me prayer was my number one go-to place. And
So what message can you guys give to like people that are going through their self-discovery?
Trust the journey. Trust the process. Reach out to people who are going through what you are going through, because seeking support, love and acceptance or guidance from people who aren't going through your journey, they will most likely try to deter you. Take yourself out of the influence of religion, if not the indoctrination of it. Take yourself out of societal norms and expectations. Situate yourself in a mental space where you hear yourself and you believe what you hear, because you can hear yourself and you can hear your inner self speaking to you, saying, this is who I am and this is what I want. But you listen to what religion is saying, what the church is saying, what parents, relatives,
the community,
people you look up to,
teachers even,
everybody saying, denying, being deaf to your inner self, and you consequently start to do the same. But in suppressing who you truly are, that's where you start to die little by little. That's where you dive into a depression. That's where you lose yourself. That's where you become a bitter person. That's where you even become homophobic. Listen to your inner self.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Take yourself hard as it may be, take yourself out of the headspace, free of the influence of religion, free of the influence of just try to block those voices out. Listen to the inner you.
Sorry?
The wake up is looking at you right now. It's crazy.
How was I looking at her?
I'm like,
yeah, because she's talking truth. Yeah, I'm done, bro. Pray about everything. Nothing is too small or too big for prayer. Okay.
guys, thank you for your time. Thank you for your message. Kids are watching this right now.
Exactly. What's your problem?
Kids might be watching, but like, thank you for your message.
Kiss me.
Thank you for your story.
Thank you for having us, man. Thank you for finding our story worthy of sharing.
Of being documented also.
Cool beans. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Wonder.